So we're starting out on the side of the road today. Oh no. We're about 2 miles away from a diesel shop. For those of you who are just joining me and missed out on the last what happened, please go watch the last video before you watch this one. It'll make a little bit more sense. The day started out great, but then it went really wrong. And it's still going pretty wrong. I don't know what this is gonna look like, but it's not looking great. Okay, Dad just got back in. I showed him what I recorded of him driving so he could see what it looks like, because that's the main thing, is being able to kind of tell. My dad is a former diesel mechanic, so he knows that something is definitely not great. But we're gonna try this again. We have 2 miles to go to get to the diesel place. I'm gonna restart my map here. Okay, we can do this. Oh, that was rough.
Starting route to Advanced Diesel Solutions.
Super rough.
Head south on US 65 South.
It's a lot. It's a lot today, guys. It's a lot. So cross your fingers for us. I know you're saying this after the fact, so I already probably know what happened, but cross your fingers. Everything is going to be okay. Either way, we have to make it back to Texas, and there's going to be some really weird things come of this if we have to go back to Texas without Dad's van. That would not be ideal.
Use the right lane to keep right.
That's for sure.
US 62.
But for now, this is what we're working with. White smoke, no smoke, black smoke. None of which seem good. None of them. He's losing power going up the hill. So that's not great. So what he's going to do is just go ahead and I think turn off and pull over again. He keeps losing power. We were just going 20 on the highway. That's not great. It's not great. There's nothing he can do. It's a pretty helpless position right now because there's literally nothing. It's really scary. And again, no idea. No solutions for you guys. I just don't know. I just don't know what it is that's wrong. I have no concept of what is going on. Oh, this is the stressful part of being on the road, especially when there's a vehicle issue.
Use the right lane to keep right onto US 62 west toward Eureka Springs.
It's just one of those things that you don't know when something could go awry. And when it does, even if you have the best build or the best solutions or anything like that, it just doesn't matter. So we're just going to keep pushing, and we're going to cross our fingers, and it's this one right here, Dad.
Keep right.
We're going to help giving him instructions because he can't hear over what's going on. And I'm really happy, at least if this happened, that it happened while I was here instead of while he was by himself. And I would only hope that if I was on the road that I'd have somebody with me too. So there's a lot of stress today. A lot of stress. It didn't start out that way. It started out really good. Just goes to prove that things can change like that. Okay, so there he is. And we have to get over in just a few minutes because we're going to have to turn back to the left. Here's the scary part. We now have to cross traffic to get over to the diesel shop. And then, best case scenario, they put a machine on it, but he's hoping that they can just look at it and be like, yes, it's this. This is where the cost of Vanlife really comes in, though, because this
in
could be...
In a quarter mile, arrive at Advanced Diesel
Turn this off. We're almost there now. It could be that we're something very easy, or it could be something very difficult. Oh my gosh. I just used a map. The map lied, so it took us not to the right place. So Dad's already struggling. So on top of the fact that he's already struggling, I'm already stressed. The map lied. And I even confirmed it with the police officer, and he was like, yeah, that's about where it is. But at the same time, he wouldn't know that the map was wrong, so it's not his fault at all. I feel bad because Dad is struggling, and then that just made it worse. This is my life today. It's not good. I'm so red. Everything about everything is just not great. I don't complain, but this isn't like a complaint out of like, oh, I want to be a complainer. This is like a complaint out of legitimate fear's sake. Just You know those days when your body all clenches up and it's like, oh, and then you start to get like one of those really bad headaches? That's what's happening right now, and it's all because of stress, and there's nothing I can do, literally nothing I can do, and I feel so helpless, and at the same time I feel really bad because I know my dad wanted to come up here and stuff, but I kind of was like, oh yeah, come on. I encouraged him a lot, and now I feel bad because now he's dealing with this. Okay, Dad talked to somebody and they said it was right up the road, so I pulled up a different kind of map, and this is where it is. So we have 2.8 more miles. When I tell you this is excruciating, I don't think that it even begins to explain the feeling of this when you really shouldn't be driving in the first place because something's wrong, but you have to get it to a place.
US 412 West, US 62 West.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna let my directions
US 412 West for 1.5 miles.
continue to go, because in all reality, this is my reality right now. I try to share the good, the bad, and everything with you on van life, and sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's this, and normally it's not this. We're back to having smoke again. Oh no. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Black smoke whenever he's accelerating. It kind of peters off when he stops accelerating a little bit, but we're going through all this hill area, so there's going to be a lot of accelerating, unfortunately. Okay, my map said that our next turn wasn't for another 0.9 miles, but this is a turn. This turn was put here specifically to help us today. Thank goodness for this turn, because the diesel shop, we just saw it. It's on the left, right up here. Well, now it's on the right.
Heading
So he can do
US
this.
412.
That just goes to show that maps really have no clue most of the time. That was 2 separate maps, both of which told us the wrong thing. Okay, the adventure's over. There's no more fun to be had. I'm about to pull over to my dad's van. We're gonna unload everything of value, and the van is gonna sit in Arkansas for a bit. I don't know how that's gonna look. I don't know what's gonna come of this. I don't know what's gonna go on with me going forward. I have no idea. I may just do some Texas adventuring for a bit. But this is more important than anything. At the end of the day, stuff like this is kind of a game changer. It's a stop. It's a full stop. And I'm really upset for Dad right now because he's put in so much work, and I know that this is frustrating. So I'm going to go and move my van to behind him, and we're going to figure out how I can get his stuff in my tiny space, and we'll figure this out. We will. My tiny van is now holding 2 vans worth of things. It's a little crazy in here, but everything is padded so that they don't shift, I think. We'll see what happens. Dad has no idea how long they're going to need to keep this, so this is the only way. So now that everything's packed into the van, now they're going to keep it until they figure out what's wrong with it, and that's super unsettling too. But it is what it is, and again, nothing we can do about it. So I'm going to do something that I don't like doing. I am going to drive all the way back to Texas, because I mean, what else can you do? So I guess this is it for now. I don't know what else to tell you guys other than this has been a really not so great day of van life, for not just me, but for my dad more so than me. And I am just feeling his stress, and I just keep telling him the things that he tells me. It'll be okay, you can't do anything about it, just take a deep breath. Because all of those words he's told me at some point in time, and now I'm trying to tell him because I know he's stressed. So I guess we'll find out what happens next. But for now, everything of value is out of the van, and it's just gonna be here until we figure out the next step. Till next time, guys. Bye.